Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're going to be talking about a tale of two tractors. To my right, or your left, would be the TYM 5520CH, and to my left and your right is going to be the TYM 4058P with a cab. So this is a brand new model by TYM. This is going to be the one that we're going to have here in the farm, and we're replacing the 5520. This one's actually going to my buddy Tony from Tony's Tractor Adventures. So what I'm doing is I'm really setting up a tractor the way that I like to have it. How do you set it up for the uses and the tools and the things that you're going to need in that machine? There's a lot of stuff on here that I don't need. Some stuff is 100% preference. Make sure you consider your safety when you're doing this stuff. Like I've taken off the PTO guard. That's something that I just don't need. I don't need it in the way. My hands are too big to get in there and get the PTO shaft on there. It's just really kind of annoying for me to do that. And then the other thing is I took off the slow moving vehicle sign. I don't take my machines on the roads. I don't really ever have them leave the farm. So for me, that's not a problem. The 5520 didn't come with a slow moving vehicle sign, but it does have a bracket there. So I may ask Tony if he wants it. And if not, then it'll live in the back of a barn somewhere. So we're gonna talk about the 5 things I really think that every tractor should have. This is gonna be a fun video, just talking through if you get a new machine or if you have one now and you just kind of wanna refresh it for the spring and summer. These are some things I think that every machine should have. So let's talk about it, let's have some fun. So one of the things I really like to have on a tractor is a quick hitch. A quick hitch is something that some people love, some people hate. There's also the Pat's quick hitch. For me, this one seems to work the best. If you get most of your equipment set up with it, you can just kind of back up, pick up, put the locking levers down, and then hook up your PTO shaft, and you're off to off to the races. Go from a box blade to rotary cutter to other implements too, maybe a tiller. This one is a Category 1 quick hitch, and what that means is that the bushings are much smaller, or the pins are much smaller in diameter. Category 2, like the 4058, the 4058 is more like a small ag tractor, right? It's going to have bigger implements, bigger diameter pins. And how do you fix that? Very simple. You go to some place like Tractor Supply and you get a little bushing kit and you just put this bushing over the pin, and then now all of a sudden your Category 1 quick hitch works with a Category 2 implement or Category 2 tractor. So this Category 2 tractor should work perfectly fine. I've done it before with many machines before, but if you want the barn dander on there, that's going to cost extra. Okay, so we talked about the quick hitch. This is a super helpful tool, but the second thing we're going to do, which is why this isn't set up yet, is a hydraulic top link. I know you guys have heard me say this before, probably seen a lot of other channels, but listen, these are so inexpensive that if you have hydraulics and you already have the plumbing in the back, this is like a couple $100 and it will absolutely make your life easier. It will make your box blade more effective, your land plane more effective, your tiller more effective, everything more effective. It is just 100% a super handy thing to have, especially if you have a cab. You don't have to keep getting out and messing with these turnbuckles. I'm going to take this off. This is a Category 2 top link, so this isn't going to help Tony, so it's not going to go on that machine, but this will go in the barn in case I ever need another top link and the one that I have fails. So let's go and get this thing swapped out, and then we'll be pretty much done on this, and we'll move on to the next thing. Knife of the day is a, I don't know, bargain bin Tractor Supply. This thing is sharp as whatever analogy sharp would be. Cut this zip tie. Get that out of there. And I'm going to close this thing up because I really don't want to cut myself with this thing. This thing is, I'm telling you, it's sharp. And this should come right out. And this is a very simple swap. And again, this TYM tractor is so smart how they color code these, because the yellow, it's even a little bit shorter to let you know that this is the hydraulic top link. In the cab, the hydraulic top link corresponds with the yellow color. I love the color system. It makes it very easy. Quick hitch is all set. This is probably not the highest quality, guys. I got this off Vevor. It was cheap. And I got the hydraulic top link off of Vevor, which is cheap. I'll leave links to this stuff. If you want the best of the best, this is probably not the best of the best. But it does the job, it gets the job done, and it gives me some time to where I can actually find something that I would rather have. So I did take these off. This hydraulic top link, if it's not this one, it'll be a hydraulic top link on here all the time. I never take it off. I'll probably outfit the other machines with hydraulic top links too. Really, the small tractor, the 2515, we don't really use a lot of top link kinds of things with it. It's either going to be the backhoe or like the stump grinder. I don't even mow with it because I don't have a mower that small. We have the other machines to do that. So anyway, let's move on to the next crucial item to have on your tractor. Okay, in the spirit of this video, this is like again, setting up your machine, setting it up for spring and summer, or a new machine. Like to me, this is a brand new machine. This is something I need to get set up for how I use them, what the things I would need to have with me and the things I expect to have with me. Well, the very first thing I think you should have is a fire extinguisher. And I've said this in another video, I can't believe how long I went without having a fire extinguisher on the tractor, in the skid steer. Now all of my vehicles have them. All these things I'm going to talk about, there will be links in the shop thing, not because we make a fortune off it, just for your convenience. You can buy it there, it helps us a little bit, but if you don't, that's perfectly fine too. I just want to make sure that you have these things. How many times have you been in a tractor bush hogging, you've seen your slip clutch start smoking? Well, that in dry brush can start a fire. It can easily be put out for a $20, $25 fire extinguisher, or you could let your entire tractor burn down, and then you're fighting with an insurance company. You have a 6 or 7 year old tractor. It's a great machine, and they're going to give you 50 cents on the dollar for it, and good luck going and replacing stuff as it's getting more expensive. So cheap insurance, guys. You should have one of these in every tractor, every skid steer, every machine that you have. Also, if you don't have one in your truck, you should absolutely have one in your truck. You could save someone's life with one of these things. Second thing, I have a big old box of, they call these hairpin cotter pins. Well, this is an assortment of them. You don't have to have this many. Get like a Ziploc bag or a little baggie or something like that. Put a bunch of these things into your tractor, in the cab if you have a cab, just in a little bag or something like that. If you have an open station, always have plenty of cotter pins. You're gonna lose them. My grapple uses a cotter pin, my tiller, rotary cutter, all of the different implements have some kind of cotter pin, some kind of thing to keep things together. The entire 3-point system has cotter pins everywhere. If you lose one and you're 1.5 miles away from where your truck is or from where your house is or wherever, you're really gonna wish you had some. I think this box was, I don't know, 10 bucks. I'll find one that's like an Amazon or something link that's reasonably priced and good quality. This, I think I bought at Tractor Supply. It's a County Line brand, but get whatever you think would be good for you, but absolutely, you gotta have them. It's just simple stuff. This last one, if you don't have one of these, you're missing out. And you should absolutely have one of these in your truck too, because if you don't, shame on you. So this is a Gerber multi-tool. I don't care if you use a Gerber, Leatherman makes one, get a quality one. Don't get a, I'd rather you have a cheapo China one if it's gonna be that or nothing, but something like this, it's quality. I'm telling you, I use these all the time. Those cotter pins we talked about, they get stuck, you just bang that into it, saves your hands, saves your fingers. You have a knife, you have a saw, you have cutters, you have a screwdriver, you have all kinds of stuff on these things. These are absolute musts, especially when you're going away from your homestead or away from your truck or away from where you parked your trailer, however you're using your tractor. This should stay on your machine 100%. And I don't have one right now because I'm still swapping things over, but a small hammer, like not a full size, construction hammer, just a small hammer or even a rubber mallet. You go to Harbor Freight, they're $5. Like something in here that if a cotter or some kind of pin or something gets loose, you just need to whack that pin or, keep from using your hands. These things are cheap insurance. They're super handy to have. And I think this is 50 bucks and it will last a lifetime. I don't really, maybe put some WD-40 on it once in a while or some kind of oil or something to keep it from rusting. But I have the Leatherman Wave in my skid steer. I have that Gerber one here. I think that was given to me as like a gift. And these are 3 things that every tractor should have. Fire extinguisher, some extra pins, whatever pins you need for your setup, and also the Leatherman or the Gerber multi-tool, some kind of quality multi-tool. And a knife. I mean, obviously, we talk about the knife of the day all the time. You can get a cheap knife, don't get a cheap multi-tool. Okay, there's a very specific reason why I have these 2 tractors next to each other and I'm in front of them. This is something that you can add to your tractor. Then again, we're here in the spring, we're talking about stuff that you could do to add to your machine, like the top 5 things or whatever you want to say. I'm probably on like 7 by now. But what is it that you can add to your tractor that would make it super handy? And you could still add this to your machine, even though you may have had it for a while. Third function. If you don't have third function, if you do, like leave a comment. Tell your brothers and sisters in the comments how special third function is and how helpful it is. Third function is very quickly explained. It's like you have all the dump and curl functions plus 2 buttons which open and close. So you can dump and curl while you're opening and closing. The 5520 came with a diverter valve, which is, again, a diverter valve is way better than not having anything at all. The 2515 doesn't have any hydraulics in the front, which I'm gonna remedy that. We're gonna end up putting one on there so that I can have, even if it's a diverter valve, just to where I can run the grapple on the 2515 because it's so handy. But the 4058 This one comes with a true third function. The 5520 was a diverter valve. The diverter valve, the downside of that, I say it's kind of like the drunk uncle, right? It's like, it doesn't know if it wants to open or close, and you have to do the full cycle, and it just takes a little bit more. It's a little clumsier, but it works. It's handy to have. It's absolutely better than nothing. But to add third function to your tractor now, if you have one, it's 10 years old, and you're like, man, I don't think I can add it. You can. It's about $1,000. There's a bunch of kits. You could do it yourself, or you could have your dealer do it. It's, you know, I'm not trying to say $1,000 isn't a lot of money. It is a lot of money. But when you turn your, you know, these power units into something that can do so much more, when you're working with logs or grapple work in brush and clearing stuff and cleaning stuff, man, that is handy. Like, I truly use the grapple on the tractor more than anything. This 5520, as I've told you guys, is going to my buddy Tony, and I just washed the bucket and just rinsed the tractor off and cleaned it up a little bit. This bucket doesn't have one scratch on it because I've never used the bucket for anything, but I've always put the grapple on there, and I mean, to me, that's handy. The times when I use the bucket is when it's like a big wheelbarrow. If I'm carrying a bunch of deer feed, or if I'm carrying, you know, shovels and rakes and stuff, but I really don't do loader work. Now, I do have a skid steer, which it's kind of cheating if you have one of those. I just think that for me, third function, if you have the budget and you have the need, you want to get a grapple at some point, this is a great time to add that to your tractor, because here in spring, we got a long year ahead of us of a lot of projects and work that you can get done, and these things are awesome. Imagine ripping out a chain link fence with one of these things. That would actually be a cool video. We may actually do that. Well, friends, that has been a fun day talking about tractors. So we've talked about setup, we talked about some things that you can use, some safety things like the fire extinguisher, some convenience things like the hydraulic top link and the third function. Third function is so handy. I think that would change your entire use of your tractor if you've never used one before. It is just a night and day difference between not having it and having it. I think that you would really appreciate that functionality. And again, the hydraulic top link, it will make you more precise with your implements. And I think that it's absolutely really, really good money well spent. I'm gonna miss the 5520. I think Tony's gonna have a lot of fun with this. I don't have a bad thing to say about it. It has been a fantastic workhorse. I've had it for about a year. Now it's gonna go to Tony. He's gonna use it on a sawmill. He's gonna use, you know, the front end loader really is what he needs it for, moving bigger logs onto that big sawmill he has. And he's gonna enjoy that tractor. He's gonna have a really good time on it. And Tanya's gonna enjoy being in the air conditioning, the heat in the seasons. The 4058 is going to be a workhorse here in the farm. As I said before, at some point I'm gonna have like a no-till drill, and we're gonna do a lot more food plots here. We're so hilly that, you know, tilling food plots here is just, you know, the soil erosion is a real concern. So I think that moving forward, this tractor is going to be the perfect one for that kind of use. And again, I keep talking about how excited I am about this new tractor, and it has nothing to do with it being new or being mine or anything like that. It's the fact that this is available. You guys, this is a different setup than I've ever seen. You know, power shuttle at 58 horsepower, having that 3-point system that's so precise, it's electronic, is, I mean, it's just a game changer. Plus the ability to lift 4,400 pounds in the rear. That means you could really get a 5 or even an 8-foot no-till drill. This is a heavy tractor. It's a big machine. It's gonna be, it's the real deal. Like, I'm pumped. I can't wait to show you guys more about it, but I'm being bit by something right now. So I'll end this video here. I hope to catch you here again. I hope you'll come back and see us, and I'll catch you next one. Joe the Farmer. We out.